Let's see your baby.
Where are my babies?
They're over here. Go see them.
Where? Oh, we have to go
Right
there.
Okay. Katie!
Okay.
Imagine spending millions of dollars just to fly into space for clout, only to come back down and find out nobody even wants to come see you perform anymore. That's not a metaphor. That's literally Katy Perry's 2025 vibe right now. And honestly, you couldn't script a more brutal reality check if you tried. Today, we're diving into how Katy's cringy billionaire-funded space trip didn't just spark a meme storm.
Got it? 1, 2, 3. Take us space! That's our pink moon. Okay.
It might have torpedoed her whole career. Empty tours, online roasting, fans walking away in real time, and trust me, the L's just keep stacking. Buckle up because this story is messier than her TikTok-era haircuts. So, let's rewind for a second. In early April 2025, Katy Perry decided she was going to serve her main character moment by boarding Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin rocket. Joining her, Gayle King and Bezos' fiancée Lauren Sanchez. Because if you're going to be unserious...
Thank you. Thank you.
Might as well go all in. This wasn't about research. This wasn't some historic scientific mission. Nah, this was a billionaire-sponsored influencer getaway. Think Real Housewives, but floating awkwardly at 60 miles up. From the jump, everything about it screamed fake deep. You had Katy staring into the camera with that weird, forced intensity, like she was filming an iPhone commercial. Gayle King floating around like she was testing out the zero-gravity filter on Instagram. And the vibes, absolutely 0 parts inspirational, 100 parts, girl, what are we doing here? It didn't feel like the next step for humanity. It felt like an overpriced PR stunt stitched together by a marketing intern.
It's a very soft landing despite the sporty perception. There it is.
Congratulations and welcome back.
Who still uses girl boss unironically. And the most tragic part, they really thought this would be their mic drop moment. They thought this was going to be their one small step for woman type beat. Instead, they went viral. For all the wrong reasons. The internet didn't just roast Katy Perry, it absolutely deep fried her. It was like the second that footage dropped, the memes loaded themselves. You had TikToks clowning her slow-mo dramatic stares like it was a lost American Idol promo. Twitter's turned it into a blood sport. And brands, were jumping into the chat. Wendy's, out of nowhere, said what we were all thinking with that now iconic savage tweet. Can we send her back? And honestly, they were being generous. Some people wanted to hit the return to sender button before she even touched down.
And real astronauts are extremely intelligent scientists who've been tested to the limits of their physical and mental fitness. But this was really not women in space. It was stupid people in space. This was the lowest IQ space crew that has ever been launched from Earth.
The internet's biggest gripe wasn't just that the stunt was cringy, it was the audacity. Real astronauts have spent years risking their lives, breaking boundaries, pushing humanity forward, and barely get a footnote on the news. Meanwhile, Katy Perry floats for 11 minutes, stares at a GoPro, and acts like she's seen the face of God. Like, girl, chill. And it wasn't just casual fans pointing it out. Legit scientists and space historians were side-eyeing her harder than ever. When you've managed to unite TikTok trolls and NASA nerds against you, you know you fumbled the bag. Now, here's where most celebs, the ones with an ounce of self-awareness, might have just laughed it off, poked a little fun at themselves, and kept it moving. Not Katy. Instead of taking the L and going silent for a bit, she went full main character syndrome. She posted this long-winded, painfully serious essay about how her critics weren't just making jokes. They were perpetuating sexism and toxic culture. According to Katy, mocking her influencer space cosplay wasn't about her acting ridiculous. It was about misogyny. Apparently, we were supposed to salute her like a war hero for going on a billionaire's field trip. She compared herself, seriously, to pioneers like Sally Ride and Valentina Tereshkova, two women who risked their lives during real space missions, during eras where just stepping foot into orbit was a death-defying act. Meanwhile, Katy was floating around playing influencer bingo in a luxury capsule designed for selfies. It wasn't brave.
They're treating her like she was in Nam. Where are my babies? My babies, like she was almost dead. Here's Katy Perry. Kisses the ground. Right. You were in such danger.
It wasn't historic, it was cosplay. It was Real Housewives of the Milky Way. And trying to dress it up as some feminist breakthrough made it go from cringe to flat out embarrassing. Dragging feminism into it just made everything look worse. Because when you cry sexism over valid criticism, you're not helping the cause. You're making it easier for people to dismiss real conversations about equality. And trust, people noticed, it wasn't giving groundbreaking. It was giving tone-deaf meltdown. Now here's where the karma really started hitting with precision. While Katy was busy writing 5-paragraph Instagram captions about bravery and cosmic healing, real-world reality started creeping up behind her, and it was brutal. Her 2025 US tour, the big comeback she'd been hyping, yeah, nobody showed up. Ticket sales were straight up tragic. Major US cities had arenas with entire upper bowls shut down, lower sections looking like sad, empty school gymnasiums. Security guards looking bored because there was literally nobody to control.
The celebrities like Katy Perry, who were sent on the stunning and brave girl boss mission into outer space for Blue Origin, are now having complete and total meltdowns over the backlash that they've been receiving for the past 48 hours in response.
Venues even started consolidating seats, moving everyone closer to the stage just so it wouldn't look like Katy was singing into a black hole. And this is a woman who, not that long ago, could pack a football stadium with a single Instagram post. This is someone who gave us Teenage Dream, who had a real claim to the pop throne. Now, she's performing to half-empty rooms while TikTok is still laughing at her pretending to be Buzz Lightyear. The optics? Absolutely devastating. And the thing is, fans aren't even being subtle about why they're skipping out. Theories are swirling hard that the space stunt was the tipping point, that fans who were already side-eyeing her recent choices finally said, nah, we're good, after she floated into orbit and acted like she cured cancer. But here's the crazy part. This wasn't just about one bad publicity stunt. The real story is how Katy's whole brand fell apart, and how her space meltdown exposed just how out of touch some celebrities have really gotten. And trust me, the second half of this mess, it's even uglier. Now, if you scroll through the comment sections, it's not just random haters clowning Katy's empty arenas.
She too. Okay, kisses the ground. Somebody already, you should be kissing Oprah. Oprah's there. Kiss Oprah. She's worth far more to you than the ground. Thank you, Jesus. Truly, it's like they're right back from Nam.
Actual longtime fans, the people who used to rock candy-colored wigs and camp out for her concerts, are tapping out. And the reason they're giving? They feel betrayed. There's this real vibe of, we supported you when you were quirky and relatable. We stuck around through the awkward phases, but now you're just another out-of-touch celebrity floating around for Instagram likes. Asterisk. It's not even subtle anymore. People are calling it a quiet boycott. Not some big organized protest, but a slow collective shrug. Fans just stopped showing up, stopped caring. And in 2025, indifference hits harder than hate. One brutal comment summed it up perfectly. Katy left Earth for 11 minutes and lost touch with reality forever. Asterisk. And honestly, no lies detected, because this isn't just about the space trip. It's about what the space trip symbolized. A final flashing neon sign that Katy Perry, once the queen of campy pop, officially crossed over into full celebrity cosplay territory. Here's the bigger issue though.
Wendy posted, Wendy's, the fast food chain. Yeah. Can we send her back?
Oh!
Now Wendy's is refusing to apologize for the post, despite the backlash.
Even before the space cringe TM, cracks were showing in Katy's brand. She used to be the underdog, the weird, funny, kinda awkward girl next door who wasn't afraid to dress like a cupcake and make fun of herself. There was this realness to her, even when the outfits were wild. But somewhere along the way, maybe after the Super Bowl, maybe after American Idol, Katy stopped being one of us. She started feeling like every other mega-rich celeb trying to lecture their fans from their marble kitchens. The space stunt just ripped the mask all the way off. Because real bravery, it's not hopping into a luxury rocket for a sponsored content. Deal. It's being willing to look human, to own when you mess up, to laugh at yourself when you look ridiculous. And Katy, she chose the path of, how dare you peasants mock my bravery? She leaned into victimhood harder than a pop punk band in 2007.
What did they do?
That was one small step for womankind, one giant leap backwards for mankind, as far as I can see.
And fans, especially Gen Z, can smell that fake energy from a mile away. In a world where authenticity is currency, Katy's out here trying to pay in expired Chuck E. Cheese tokens. Now look, as much as it's fun to roast, it's not completely game over. Some artists have tanked their brand way worse and still pulled off a comeback. Think about Taylor Swift after her Reputation era. Everybody was calling her canceled, and now she's out here selling out stadiums on back-to-back tours. The difference? Taylor knew how to own the L, reinvent herself, and reconnect with her fans on a human level. If Katy's serious about saving her career, she's got exactly two choices: humility, honesty. She would need to come down from the Bezos. Cloud, ditch the overproduced Instagram essays, and just be real. Admit that the space trip was a little goofy, laugh at herself, maybe even roast herself before anyone else can. Because right now, the biggest thing keeping people away from her shows isn't just the ticket prices or the economy, it's that weird, stale vibe of being out of touch. And nothing kills a pop star faster. The sad part is, Katy's still got the talent. She's still got the catalog. If she could just find that weird, funny, goofy energy again, the energy that made people fall for her in the first place, she could absolutely spin this mess into a redemption arc. But if she keeps pretending like
an all-female Blue Origin space crew with celebrities including Katy Perry, Lauren Sanchez, and Gayle King has been hilariously mocked after it returned to Earth following an 11-minute trip into the Earth's atmosphere.
she's some space pioneer getting bullied by the peasants down here on Earth, it's only gonna get lonelier on those empty arena floors. At the end of the day, Katy Perry's 11-minute influencer cruise didn't launch a new era of empowerment. It launched memes, it launched backlash, and it launched 1,000 unsold tour tickets. The space stunt wasn't brave. It wasn't historic. It was the world's most expensive Instagram thirst trap, and it might have cost Katy the one thing no amount of billionaire rocket rides can buy back. Trust. Now the ball's in her court. Will she humble herself and reconnect with reality? Or will she keep floating around like an astronaut in denial, wondering why nobody's cheering anymore? Because right now, it's looking like Katy's next big mission might be finding her way back to Earth. If you think Katy can actually bounce back, or if you think this was the final nail, drop your takes in the comments. And if you're still grounded on Earth, smash that like button, sub for more messy celebrity deep dives, and I'll catch you next time. Until then, keep your feet on the ground and your influencer trips off the launch pad. Peace.